Well, hello. It's me again. I'm Saver Crypto. I'm standing in for Dave Stonksy. Just going to check my audio. Hang on. All right, that's all sounds good. So great. That makes a change. So yeah, my name is Saver Crypto from the YouTube channel Saver Crypto. I normally just do guest appearances on Wednesdays with Dave Stonksy, who normally presents every day, and it is actually Wednesday, so it is my day. However, Dave is on holiday. I think he's moving house or something, so he's not going to be back until the 22nd, I think it is, which I think is next Wednesday. Is that right? 16 plus 7 is 20. Oh no, Tuesday's back, isn't it? Okay. Or was it? Oh, I don't know. Anyway, Tuesday or Wednesday is back next week. So until then, I'm doing the show every day. I'm going to do it same time every day except Sunday. So that'll be 1 p.m. UK time. In UTC, that is midday. And then on Sunday, I haven't quite decided what I'm going to do. Last week, I wanted to cover the weekly candle close because it was the highest weekly candle close ever. if we get something monumental like that again, I am gonna probably do that again. This time I might not drink so much during the day, so I can stay awake until 1 o'clock in the morning, which is what it would be in the UK. But yeah, so 1 o'clock every day. So do set your alarm clock. No, not your alarm clock. Set your whatever alert to come here at 1 o'clock, and yeah, all that. Okay, so far seem to have 11 people watching. That's good. Can you do us all can you do us a favor? Can you all go and like this live stream, because that really helps with the algorithm, and I do want to get as many eyeballs as possible on these live streams, because if I don't, they'll probably never invite me back ever again to present the live stream. Okay, so yesterday I was talking about well, quite a lot of things actually. In fact, towards the end, I was speaking about Nigel Schofield. People in Britain will know who I'm talking about. And I did post the link to the funny bit where he's talking about dunking beef. And I did post that in the Stonksy Discord. So if you are a Stonksy member, go and check that out, because I just think it's one of the most hilarious bits of TV ever. Anyway, I digress. Right, let's show you what I'm talking about first of all, by showing you the indicator that we're talking about, which is, of course, this Stonksy. Stonksy is the indicator that we're going to be using today to hopefully get into a trade. I'm actually already in a trade, but I might add to it, or maybe even take some profit or something like that. Stonksy is an indicator and it works on TradingView. So you can use the free version of TradingView. The free version of TradingView gives you the two indicators that you can use. Now, I think by default it's actually got two on there. I think it's got something like a volume and an RSI, but you can delete those and add Stonksy if you wish. I mean, I would recommend you actually get a paid version of TradingView anyway, because it's not that much. If you wait until like Black Friday, which is, well, sounds quite a long way away, but if you do it then, and you kind of buy an annual thing for TradingView, it's actually quite cheap. That's what I do, and I just do it every Black Friday, and I don't really notice the price of it at all, really. Anyway, but you can use it on the free version of TradingView. Now, if most people tend to use Stonksy on the monthly thing where it's 145 quid. However, I'm just going to put some links in the description, which the first one is one that gets you 20% off the monthly thing, right? So let me just put that there. Okay, so rather than being 145, that would be 145 minus 20 minus 29, whatever that is, 100 and something. Anyway, but a bit cheaper. That would be a bit cheaper per month. But the thing is, the actual annual one is 999. So if you think about 999 divided by 12 is a lot cheaper than 145. Now, this morning I did confirm with the Stonksy crew. I did confirm that my code that I had that was given last September apparently will never expire, and I don't know if this one ever gets spoken about much, but so there it is. It's the same link, but if you go for the annual one, you put in this code SWC10, you get 10% off the annual fee. So rather than 999, it's 999 minus 99.9, so it's about 900 quid. So that works out like 80 pounds a month or something, which is like what's that? That's like 20 pounds a week, and if you can't make 20 pounds a week trading, you probably shouldn't be trading, to be honest. So I'm going to cough actually. Excuse me. Let's get a drink. Got a cup of coffee here. I've normally got a cup of tea actually. This one's, I got a cup of coffee, black coffee, quite strong. What are you drinking? Let me know in the comments. Now, the thing about Stonksy, right, is if you've got Stonksy, you can probably get it for free, and you can probably, work out a way to actually make money from it. And you do that by, once you've got Stonksy, you go to this link here that I'm going to put in the chat. That is a link to the Stonksy affiliate plan. Now, I can't remember exactly what you get there, but you get a percentage of whatever someone pays. So if someone pays like for the annual thing, you get a percentage. I can't remember exactly what it is. I think to be honest, it's about like 10% or something like that. So if you can get like 10 of your friends to sign up for Stonksy, then that means you're not paying anything. And if you're getting 20 of your friends to sign up to Stonksy, that means you're making whatever you would pay. You're getting that back. And so with the monthly, I think you get paid every month. With the annual, you get paid once a year. But so you can build up a kind of regular residual. What's that the word? No, passive, a regular passive income. So you put a bit of work in to get them friends together, shield them your link, and then you can make money. And with the just by shilling your Stonksy link. So that's really cool. That's a lovely way to to make some money and at least get Stonksy for free. And the way you can do it, you can do what I'm doing. You can just go on YouTube and talk about trades that you make with Stonksy. You can do that and then say sign up with my link down below, and people sign up to your to your Stonksy link, and then you get commission. You don't even need any software. I mean, I'm actually making this video here. I'm using StreamYard, which is a fairly popular way of streaming on YouTube. But there's also OBS, which is a free streaming software, and literally it's free. It is actually probably better than StreamYard, but there are some things about StreamYard that I do like. But OBS is something where you can start streaming like today with no extra equipment. For the last 4 years, I've done streaming, and I've made videos with just a MacBook Air, and it works absolutely fine. Not a problem at all. I mean, more recently, I've got like a Shure microphone plugged in to the computer because it makes the sound a little bit nicer, and also it means that if I'm tapping away on the keyboard, you're not hearing that through the microphone in the computer. But you don't really need any extra equipment. So that way, you could actually start streaming. You could start your YouTube channel today. You could put your Stonksy affiliate link in there, and you could start making money today. Sounds pretty good, doesn't it? Anyway, that's basically what I do. I mean, I've got my channel. I obviously, shield links for what do you call it, crypto exchanges as well. But that's essentially how it all works. That's how everyone makes money on YouTube. We don't really make money through the actual advertising on the YouTube. I mean, you make a little bit, but honestly, I make, I don't know, $20 a month, nothing really. So there you go, as a way how you can make money with Stonksy. So if you're saying it's too expensive or whatever, it's not, and you can use it to make money. Now let's go back to the chart, because there's some funny things happening here. Now, yesterday, what I did, right? I was looking at this on the 6-minute time frame. So I was here, right? And where was I? So I started the stream at 1 a.m. No, that's not it. It was yesterday was Tuesday, wasn't it? Oh, hang on a minute. Let me just put this on the BLOFIN chart, which I think is that one. Yeah, it is. Yeah. Okay. Let's make a bit of room. Okay. So yesterday afternoon, I was doing the stream, and I wasn't totally paying attention really, but what I did, I saw the background here go green, and I went into a long position. What I didn't realize at the time was that this channel here, see this channel here is, I'll just turn Stonksy on and off so you can see what's going on. Okay, so the chart's normally like that. And then Stonksy adds these backgrounds here. So the red is like, bearish, and the green is bullish. So this channel also, the idea is that the price tends to sort of bounce around between these two extremities here. Now, although the background went green, the price was at the top of that in the channel. And I probably shouldn't have gone long then, but I did. Okay. So as RN is saying, what I did yesterday was long the top. Hang on. So yeah, I will show you that. Okay. Oh, hang on. So Gonks is saying afternoon save. Hello. Right. So RN was saying what you did yesterday was long the top. Yeah, exactly. So I'll show you what I did. If I go over to the BLOFIN chart. Right. Sorry, not the BLOFIN chart, the BLOFIN exchange. Actually, I suppose I should drop a link into BLOFIN, shouldn't I? Let me just show you. Let me just do that. Now, there is something secret to know about this BLOFIN link. And I shall say it once and only once. Well, only once today. I might say it twice. but this link, right, if you use that link, then I believe what happens from day one, you get the equivalent fees of VIP 1. Okay, so VIP 1, normally you have to achieve that by having a certain trading volume or a certain spot amount or whatever, but you'll get that straight away from day one with that link. Now, the secret is, I believe that BLOFIN don't know how to turn it off. So if you start using that link today and you get VIP 1 fees, it won't actually say you're VIP 1, but if you look at the fees, you'll see that you're paying a lot less than anybody who's on VIP 0, which is not VIP, like not very important. And they don't know how to turn it off. So either until they realize, or until they know how to turn it off, or they decide that they're just going to take it away. As far as I can see, you're just going to get VIP 1 fees forever. So that is really, really worth doing. That is. Anyway, let's just show you what I did here. So yes, indeed. So what I did yesterday afternoon was I entered there at 116,844. I kind of realized fairly quickly that that was probably not going to play out, so I closed it at 117, and I was on quite silly leverage, like 40x leverage. I did make 5%, which is $99, so that wasn't too bad. Now what I did later on, let's go back to the chart again. So what I did later on is, because just after I finished the streams, that was like, 3 o'clock there, pretty much the price came down quite a lot. I'm just trying to think what that was. Was that Trump talking about, well, not Trump, was that them deciding that the crypto ETF thing wasn't going to happen or something? But I don't know, something like that. Now, the point is here, what we did here, this is what I'm going to talk about in a moment, is the price came down here and went and crossed that actual inner band here of Stonksy. So I went long again at that point. Okay. Now, this was quite cool because not only did we have a green background on Stonksy on the 6 minute, we also got that bullish confirmation triangle there as well. Now, if you want to just check that out, I have actually changed the settings slightly. So I'm using here, I'm setting the sensitivity to 8 rather than 7. I think it's 7 by default. So we've got that on 8 and 1. That's how both are using it at the moment. That seems to work really well, especially with this 6 minute time frame. So you got a confirmation there. And what I did, to be honest, I mean, I got like a good entry down there. So I kind of just left it with a trailing stop overnight. And then when I came to look at it this morning, The trading stop, what I did a trading stop for not the full amount. It was like a partial take profit. And if you have a look at what I closed out at, that was here. So that was actually 19 minutes past 3 in the morning. So I was fast asleep then. And that did close there with a 19.92% profit. So the entry price was 116,728, which is pretty good. That's pretty much where it crossed that inner band. And the close price of 117,309. So that was pretty cool. So 19%, $369 profit. So yesterday wasn't too bad at all. Since then, what I did earlier on was I added a bit more back into the position at there. So now I've got this is quite big now, actually. So the USDT position is now using a margin of 3,975 USDT. That's currently 34% in profit. So you can see there 34.6% in profit, which is 1,379 USDT. This account, I started off with about $2,000 this time last week. Okay. And you know, using Stonksy, I've now got it up to 6,200. Pretty much using Stonksy exclusively. There are a few other things I do as well, but you know, essentially you could have done that easily using Stonksy. So, you know, I've made about $4,000 in a week. Stonksy costs £999 a year, £900 if you use the code SWC10. It's a no-brainer, isn't it, as far as I'm concerned? Anyway, let's have a look at the comments. Let's have a look. Actually, just before I do that, I just want to show you here, just for anyone who doesn't realize. So there's two ways you can trade Bitcoin with leverage on BLOFIN. Let me just have a quick slurp of coffee. Lovely. Up until a few weeks ago, all we've had available was the BTC USDT pair, and they call that, what do they call that? They call that USDT M futures. Okay, so you're using USDT as your margin. So you start off with USDT, do your trading. When you close the trade or when you take profit, you get paid in USDT. Using Coin M, you are using the actual asset that you're holding. You're trading that against the price of itself, obviously in the dollar value, but you're not going into USD or USDT. You're just staying in that coin. So, for example, what I've got here, I've got the USDT trade there, which is quite big, and I've got this much smaller one here, which is actually just some Bitcoin that I had, and that's like 6,000. Well, it's a $6,000 Bitcoin position, but I'm only actually using 0.003475 Bitcoin as margin. But that's cool. I mean, I'm just leaving that as as one that's just going to chug along, and I'm probably going to close that when we get to whatever I think the all-time high is. I think that's what I'm going to do with that. I might fiddle with it though. I might take a bit of profit, then put it back in on dips. I don't know. But at the moment, I want this to have, this entry price a long way away. So at the moment, it's at 111,300, whereas this one here is only at 117,785, which is not that far away, is it? It's only like $1,000 or so away. So that's what I'm doing there on BLOFIN. So BLOFIN, excellent exchange. The funds are kept in a thing called Fireblocks. So the actual exchange doesn't have any actual access to your crypto. So it's very secure and all that. Okay. So RN here. Oh, SMFC saying, "Yo, sorry I'm late. It was doing the laundry." Well, that's good. That's good. I need to do that myself. Actually, I'm kind of waiting for a day when it's not going to rain, because it's not been raining a lot. It's just done that kind of annoying thing, like when you put the washing out, and then then you get like a shower and it's all soggy again. Then I never know what to do. My temptation is to just leave it to dry, but it never smells right, does it? So You know, you think, oh, I should just rinse it. Oh, whatever. Anyway, I'm glad I'm glad you're doing the laundry. That's cool. I did actually. This is SMFC. He's the coding fella behind Stonksy and the Stonksy bot. And we did have a little chat this morning about some strategies that I'm going to show you shortly. Yeah, it was good. I'm also going to have him on tomorrow as a special guest as well, around about this sort of time, you know, about 1:30, just to talk through some of the things with Stonksy. And if you've got any questions or whatever, it's going to be great because we'll have him here and we can interrogate him and say, what does that mean? And hopefully he'll make everything seem super obvious and really good. Okay, RN, there's still a chance of highs, I think. Yeah, I think so as well, actually. Yeah, I don't see why not. I can't see any reason why not, to be honest. Right, and there's the exchange to BLOFIN. Sorry, there's a link to the BLOFIN exchange, which you should use, definitely. That is not financial advice. It just makes sense because it's very good. Okay. So what's my plans here? My plan is to have a look here on the chart. Let me just show that. I need another slurp of coffee. Okay. So the two things I discussed with Dean this morning, the first one involved just using the oscillator. Now, if you want to get the oscillator and you don't want to pay the full price for Stonksy, you can actually just get the oscillator itself for 44 quid a month. Okay. So can you trade with just the oscillator? Yes, you can. So I'll go back here. So what we're talking about is looking at this. Like I'm going to look at the BLOFIN chart because that's the exchange I'm trading on. I'm going to look at it on the 1 hour. And this is actually one of the strategies that the bot, the Stonksy bot, kind of uses to enter into a long trade. Now this is, let me just get this right. This is the low, I think this is a low frequency bot. If you can confirm that, Dean, that'd be really cool. I'm never, yeah, I think it must be because it doesn't happen very often. So what we're looking for here, right? We're looking for when this red oscillator line here has been like stuck down the bottom there, and it starts to go pink. Now, pink in the Stonksy oscillator language is known as light red. Okay, I really do think it should be pink because that to me is pink, not light red. That's pink anyway. So I set an alert to tell me when that was going to go from red to light red, and I've actually deleted it so I can show you how you do that. So in TradingView, you come over here, right, and you go plus, okay, and then you change that to Stonksy. I'm not quite sure why I've got two Stonksies there. I'll have to look into that, but you shouldn't have that. What I did there, I think for some reason I've got a version 5 and I've got a version 4 there. I'm not quite sure why. But anyway, the version 5 is the one I've selected there. And what I'm going to do here is not that at all because I'm on the wrong bit, aren't I? What I should be doing, right, ignore that last bit, right, because I'm doing the oscillator now. So it's actually this here, Stonksy oscillator, right? And then you can see here, you got these options here. So you got oscillator dark green, light red, dark red, strong bullish signal, and strong bearish signal. Okay. Now I'm looking for longs, right? I'm actually already in a long, obviously, but you know, if I wanted to say add to the position or just go into a new long, then I could do this. So I want to see it turning to light red. So you just go light red, and that says there interval same as chart, so 1 hour. Now this trigger only once. That means that when it turns pink, it will trigger. Okay, If you have it once per bar, it will trigger if that condition is true on every like period. So that would be every hour. Okay. If you put it on once per bar close, as soon as it happens, it won't trigger. But then an hour later, when that candle closes, then at that point it will do it. So I like to have it here once per bar. Now, what the bot does, the bot actually waits until that candle closes. But I kind of like to know about it before, because obviously I want to kind of front run the bot and know about it in advance. Okay. So the message, if you want, you can just you can just say something like, you don't have to say anything there, but something like BTC pink oscillator like 1 hour, some whatever, you can put whatever you like in there. But to be honest, it tells you this anyway. Oscillator has just turned light red on. I mean, it tells you, so you don't really need the alert name. Notifications, I normally like to put it on something. This one's quite funny. so you can have that, right? And that's the alert set. There it is. That's the alert set for when that goes pink. Now, the weird thing is, it has actually been red, and then it went pink, and then it's gone red again. So is that going to come back down? It's not looking quite as bouncy as, say, this one here, is it? Or this one here. This is the thing I was hoping for. Hoping it would do something like that. But it's doing something. It's doing something more like this, isn't it? Let's just have a look at what the price did. There you go. It's gone pink. Okay. So here, what happened here? So this is a very similar situation. It's sort of flicking between pink and red. And the price was actually coming down a little bit, but when it went fully pink, up it went. And then it went into green and everything. And that was pretty cool. So that's good. I think also, you see this green arrow down here? I think I want to be notified in case that happens as well. Because you see, for example, when that happened here, that was marvelous, wasn't it? And up we went. So I think I want to know about these as well. So let's set an alert for that. And I won't mess around so much this time. So I'm going to go, so I'm on alerts. I'm going to go plus. I'm going to select the right thing, which is Stonksy oscillator. Okay. And I'm going to go for strong bullish signal. Okay. And once again, I'm going to go for once per bar. Message, I'm just going to leave that. But that says bullish signal fired on, that will say BTC USDT at 1 hour. So that gives you the title you need anyway. So that's pretty cool. And then let's change that from sexy to look at me. What does that sound like?
Look at me.
Oh, that's not very sexy. I want the girl.
Hey.
Oh.
Hey, take a look.
Yeah, that one. Okay. So we got that, and that happens just once. Okay, great. So we've got 2 alerts set there to tell me if it's going to go bullish or not. So what's actually happening? Well, the price is going up, isn't it? I think it's going to go up. So yeah, so the strategy is, let me just get rid of that. There you go. So the strategy here is when it's down the bottom on red, when it goes pink, if it's on a green background, think about going long. Okay. So when did that happen? So that happened this morning at 8 o'clock. Let me just make that bigger. So that happened this morning at 8 o'clock. Okay. And the price did indeed go up. It sort of had a little bit of a wobble here and went back to red. And now it's saying it's bullish again. So that would be an entry for a long. Now, what you might want to take into mind what might help you decide as well is where about. Now, obviously, if you're the best day ever, isn't it? You know, you'd be down the bottom here, it'd go pink, and then you'd have the ability to shoot off into space. At the moment, we're a little bit near the top of that channel, but we're not there, are we? So I think it's reasonable to expect some upside. And if you look at where that goes near the channel, so for example here, here it was getting near the top, but off it went up like that. And by the way, this idea, okay, so you got it right. So 1 hour time frame, look for a green background, and then look for the oscillator going pink. Okay, that's all you need to do. Those 3 things. Okay. Now the opposite of that doesn't work quite as well, and part of the reason for that is the fact that generally we're in quite a strong uptrend. I mean, if you zoom out to the daily time frame, what sort of trend are we in? I mean, for God's sake, we've certainly been bullish since April, but really it goes back to like the start of 2023. We're in a bullish trend. I mean, you can look for shorts and you might get lucky, but overall, didn't mean to do that. But overall, to me, the price is going to go up. We, of course, are going to get pullbacks, but yeah, it's going to go up. Okay, let me have a look at the comments. Okay, so SMF saying low frequency, yeah, man. There's a few additional bits it looks at, but this is a simplified YouTube safe version. Okay, yeah, I mean, I'm just assuming that you've decided to take up the wonderful offer of using the code SWC10, and you're getting 10% off the annual thing, and you want to get into a trade. So at the moment, on the 1 hour, the background is green. The oscillator just changed from red to pink, and it's looking good. I think it's looking good for a long myself now. Not financial advice, of course, but Stonksy gives you a pretty damn good idea about what's going to happen. Just have another quick slurp of coffee. All right. Excellent. Cool. All right. Thanks for that, Dean. That's good. Good for you to say so. Right, Bobby's here. Afternoon all. Hello, Bobby. That's really cool. And Wizard of All, good afternoon. Now, Wizard of All, if you saw the show last Friday, congratulations. Wizard of All was on there with me, and he was going through some, quite a lot of things actually, but a lot of it was a lot of traditional stocks that he likes trading, and they aren't the obvious ones. They're not your Palantir and Tesla and all that. They're funny, strange little things. And I must say, I was, well, I don't know, I made a list and I didn't do much about it, but looking back now, why didn't I just buy everything? Because everything has done really quite well. There were some absolute stunners there. And Wiz is going to be on again on Friday, and it's going to be great. That's going to be like the best show of the week, I reckon. Friday is also Bring a Friend Day, so do bring a friend along, and and get them to use your Stonksy link, and earn some money. Then you can buy them a pint or something. Wrong one, mate. Strong bullish signal is the arrows. Did I get that wrong? Strong, but Stonksy oscillator, strong bullish signal. You might have missed me setting that one. I did them both. Yeah, so yeah, the red arrows and these green ones. Yeah, I think that's what I did. Yeah. All right. Yeah, man, you wanted the alert for the light red. Yeah, I did that as well. I did them both actually. But yeah, thanks for that, Dean. Cool. Ooh, lol. Okay, it's really funny when I look back at the comments that are from a few minutes ago. And I don't know what you're talking about. It's obviously the alert, isn't it? Yeah. Okay. Right. So I think I'm good with that. Yeah. Okay. Let me just. What have I done? There you go. Right. Let me just get rid of that that bit there to give me a bit of room. But the price is going up, isn't it? Okay, that's on the 1 hour. Let's have a quick look on the 6 minute. And then I can come to the second strategy, which isn't quite so relevant at the moment, but I'll show you where it would have worked beautifully. Okay, right. Okay, so the second strategy is more of a scalping kind of idea. And what you've got in the Stonksy, you've got this channel, okay? And like I said before, the price tends to bounce around in this inner channel. Now, what SMFC has found is that if the background is green, in fact, we don't need the oscillator for this. Let's just look at this. So when the background is green, okay, and the price crosses that boundary there of this inner channel, go long. Okay, now that's what the bot does. At the moment, I'm not quite sure what the actual conditions are for the bot closing the trade, but generally that is a really good entry. And to be honest, that's what I want from a bot, really, and that's what I want from an indicator as well. I want to get a good entry and then kind of decide what I'm going to do afterwards. Okay, so this was really cool. So this is a 6 minute time frame. Now that is a bit of a weird time frame. It's also a time frame that I don't think you've got on the free version of TradingView. So yeah, again, it's another reason to not use the free version. If you haven't got it on your list, then if you come down to, where is it there? Add custom interval, you can just put in 6 minutes there or whatever you want, and then you can create that. Okay, so the 6 minute time frame, and I don't know why this is, but the 6 minute time frame seems to work really, really well with this strategy. So if you look back in the past, I mean, this one was brilliant, wasn't it? So the price came down and crossed that border there. So you would have gone long at 116,154. So now with the price at whatever it is, you'd be very, very happy. Okay, if you'd have gone long then. Now that obviously went up and it came back down again. So you get another chance to do it again. And the background is still clean. Sorry, background is still green, not clean. So it came down here. That was at about 7:30 last night. Price came down there, crossed it again. Now at that point there, you'd have to use a bit of judgment. I think you'd actually think, okay, it's gone up. You could have either just taken profit then, or thought, well, okay, let's give it the benefit of the doubt. And it had a little pullback, and I think that was when the stuff about the I can't remember what happened now. It's like some bill was supposed to get passed in the States about crypto, and it didn't get passed. So I think the price dipped a little bit. With things like that, by the way, I tend to just I tend to think, okay, the market's going to react quite like a knee-jerk reaction straight away. You know, so the market's like panics and thinks, okay, everything's going to dump. So everything sells off for a bit. And then it comes back, and that's pretty much what happened. You know, didn't bounce back straight away, but literally by midnight, you know, that had all been forgotten, and we were going back up again. So that there could have been another entry there at 116243. Okay. And look what that would have done. You could have gone up to there, or you could have just, if you'd have been like me, you'd have hung on to it till there, and then you'd have probably thought, well, we'll see what happens next. The sensible thing to do there would have been to go up here when it started touching the top of the band there, particularly on a red background. You think, okay, well, I'll just take a bit of profit there, and then leave the rest of it running. That would have gone higher and higher, and then at this point here, if you're awake, I wasn't, the price would have come back down, touched the bottom of the band there. That was like 3 o'clock in the morning. I'm not sure if that actually did cross there. Oh, it did. Yeah. Okay. And the price did cross there, so you would have gone long again. So you could have added that bit back into the trade there, and then you could have ridden it up to where we are now. I mean, that is just an awesome strategy to me, So yeah, I honestly don't think it could get any easier than that, trading with Stonksy. If you're in an uptrend generally, which I believe we are, I just think that's just easy. You could have even done, look at this, if you'd have like been watching this kind of like manually, and you actually saw the price coming down here in this candle here, the wick came down to about there. Now at the time, you'd probably be looking at this channel being more like that level there, so you'd be thinking, okay, that's probably going to touch there, so you could have almost set a limit order at like 118564 and like added to your position there. So I think a really sound strategy, I was going to make this super simple, but I think a really sound strategy would be to, on the green background, on the 6-minute time frame, when the price comes down there, hits the bottom of the inner band, right, go long, right? When it goes up to here, take about 25% off the table. So take 25% of your capital out as profit. Okay, hang on to it until that comes back down and touches the inner band at the bottom. That hasn't done it yet, but say you'd done that here, that would have been long. You could have decided you were near enough there, but maybe you didn't. So long, you might have taken profit, or if you're like me, I tend to hang on to positions a little bit too long. So I would have probably hung on to it till then. I would have taken 25% off the table then. Okay, and you think, oh, okay, well, it's going up, but you get that pullback. Okay, add your 25% back in. Okay, come up here, take 25% off. Okay, missed that one, and then you'd be ready right now with 25% of capital ready to add back into the trade when the price comes down and hits that inner band. Okay. So I suppose what we need is we need to be able to set a alert for that inner band. I'm just wondering if we can do that. I should have checked this first, shouldn't I? So that would be on the oscillator, crossing, oscillator, not the oscillator. No, it's not the oscillator, is it? It's this one here. It's one of these, isn't it? So that would be inner. Right. So we're talking about the price crossing the inner lower channel. Okay. Okay. Let me just check that. Why have I got that there as well? Hang on a minute. Let me just cancel that. I'm just going to do that again because I confused myself there. Let's just see if yeah, Dean's in there, right? Let me just look at the things. Right, SMFC, you can backtest this scalping strategy on different assets by playing around with the multiplier on the channel. Yeah, cool. Okay. That is probably something we can talk about tomorrow. I think that'd be really nice, actually. Oh, there's Math, my mate. Afternoon yourself, Math. Math saying that seems pretty consistent as a strategy. Yeah, I think so. I actually like the idea of having a trade where you take a bit of profit, wait for a pullback, add it back in. Obviously, every time you do that, your entry goes up a little bit, so the trade isn't overall quite as sexy as you might have wanted in the first place. But I think generally for any kind of strategy, that kind of taking profit and then having that cash on the side ready to deploy when you need to or when you see an opportunity, that's really good. I like doing that. Not the oscillator. Yeah, I know. Right, let's try that again then. So, okay. So what I want to do, tell me, SMFC, if I get this wrong. What I want to do is set an alert for when the price goes across that bit there. Okay. So let's do this again. This is the joys of live television. You say, this is it. Mistakes and everything. You see. So create an alert. Okay, right. So we're looking at the Stonksy. I still don't know why I've got two there. Excuse me. Okay, so I'm looking for crossing. Oh, okay. Is that it? Minor level. Do I just change that to the inner lower? Okay. Now assume value 0. Is that right? That's how that one's per bar. I think that's right. Let me know if it's not. So Stonksy blah 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 crossing 0. Inner lower. Okay, so I just need to know if that is 0 or not. Okay, so SMFC is saying, I don't think I actually coded this as an option. Okay, all right. Okay, so that might work. It might not. I'm just going to leave that anyway. But manually, you can look to see if the price comes down there. And to be honest, that's probably the best way to go anyway, isn't it, for the moment? But yeah, so definitely look for that price coming down to there. Okay, that's cool. Well, we can talk about it tomorrow. That'd be good. I can get it in if it's not in. Okay. I've got a copy that does have it in. I guess you have, because I'm guessing that's how the bot works, isn't it? There is a Stonksy bot, by the way. If you want to do that, you just basically sign up to BLOFIN. I can show you. You sign up to BLOFIN, and when you do that, you need to send Dave or SMFC in the Discord. You need to send them your UID from BLOFIN, and then they can enable, they can whitelist you for copy trading. Okay, and if you go to copy trading, you can look for Stonksy. Okay, and you've got the two bots here. You've got the high frequency and the low frequency ones. Okay, don't get perturbed by the ROI that it's showing there. We don't think it's quite right at the moment, because certainly for the low frequency one, the actual figures there don't actually make sense. It's actually made quite a bit of money. Now I am going to be doing one of those things where I start off with a chunk of money, put it into a bot, and then log how it's doing. I'm not going to do that until Dave gets back, though, because there's a few too many things to think about. But if you want to use these bots, you won't be able to use them unless you're signed up to Stonksy. So please do that. And then once you're there, as I say, send the UID to either SMFC or Dave, and they'll get you whitelisted for these bots straight away. because I believe the way the high frequency bot works is by looking for the price crossing that inner channel, plus a few other secret things as well. So that's cool. Right, let's go back to where we were. I was saying to SMFC this morning that I do these live streams, and I think it's because I'm doing, like trading at the same time, and I've obviously got like, this position here, which for me is pretty insane, really. It's like 160 USDT and 160,000. And if I was to look at that in like Bitcoin value, it's going to scare me. This is the position size. It's not how much I'm playing with, but it's like 1.35 Bitcoin. It's like that's like a scary position size, isn't it? Let's put it back to dollars because that's how I like it. Right. And the price is coming down. Go back up. Right. Let's see what's happening on the 1 hour, on the 1 hour time frame, because it is a bit up and down at the moment, isn't it? Let me have a look. Oh, what have I done there? Oh, okay. Yeah, well, it's gone red again. Yeah, it doesn't really know what it's doing, does it? Yeah. Okay. I think the price is very indecisive at the moment. Anyway, I'm still well in fact. If I see an opportunity when the price pulls back and then I think it's going to go back up, I might add to the trade a little bit. Okay, so that'd be cool. Right, SMFC bingo. Okay. Is this just for BTC, or the principle is across everything? It works for anything that is on TradingView. Some things it behaves different. For example, if you look at, for example, if we look at something like, say we look at something like ETH BTC. No, let's have a look if this would have worked. First of all, let's look at the 1 hour time frame with the oscillator. Okay. So here, this was the first strategy I was saying. So here, this is an example of you basically when you see the oscillator down here on the red. Okay, you're looking for it going pink. Okay, it went pink there, and it went pink there. So let's have a look what the price did. Well, pretty good, eh? Look, that one there, the price of this is Ethereum versus BTC. So the price was whatever that is, 0.0232, and the rest is history, isn't it? And then even this one here, that was from the 14th, which is Monday, wasn't it? This one here, if you'd have gone long there, actually, I don't know what exchanges you can long ETH BTC. I think you can on something like what's it called? So one I always think's FTX, but it's not FTX. It's something I can't remember now. But there is an exchange where you can long the ETH BTC pair. But let's say you were doing it on spot, and you went long where it went pink there, you would be up 6%, no, nearly 7% to where we are now. So that works absolutely fine. Look at something like gold. Okay, so this is gold on the 1 hour. So this bit down here, let's do the oscillator one first. So this would have been a good opportunity here. So gold is here. This was on the 9th of July, and then it went pink at 1 o'clock on the 9th of July. Okay, so what happened to the price of gold then? Okay, so the price of gold then was there. Okay, so $3,287. So up to where we are now, 1.44, and that is in 7 days. That's pretty good with gold, isn't it? Let's try something else. Let's say, let's try something really random like Tesla. Now, Tesla does very weird things depending on if Mr. Trump and Mr. Musk are getting on or not. So, for example, here, you know, red, and then it went pink here. So it went pink there, and get the measuring thing. So that went pink here. Technically, you wouldn't have gone long there because you're on a red background. So let's actually ignore that one. In fact, you don't get that many opportunities with Tesla, do you? Okay, so for something like this, you'd probably have to adapt your strategy a little bit. And actually say, and it's going to be different for different assets, isn't it? Because you know, Tesla does behave quite different to crypto, and quite different to many other traditional stocks. But even that, it seems that you could probably ignore the background color and just say, okay, go long there, and then boom, up you go, 8%, and that's in like 13 days. You know, so you know, if you can make 8% in 13 days with a stock like Tesla, you could do what I do with Tesla. I just buy it on red days. No, I don't. Yes, I buy it on red days and I sell it on green days. And, you know, doing that, I make nice money. So that's pretty cool. So, yeah, so Tesla, you might have to change it a little bit. But, yeah, that's really good. In fact, I'm just talking rubbish, actually, because with the oscillator thing with the 1 hour, we actually aren't looking at the background colors, are we? We're just literally using the oscillator. So in fact, yeah, you don't need to change the strategy. You are just looking from going from red to pink. So in fact, that works brilliant. Let me just try something else. Okay. RN saying, I don't like this shark fin. Oh, shark fin pattern. Okay, I'll have a look at that at the moment. Are we talking Bitcoin? Nick K. Hi, Nick. As Mr. Delta. Afternoon, troops. How's it hanging? Okay, I'm surprised you got away with that word. Actually, I know there's a few words that are banned in comments that you know are yeah. Anyway, but yes, it is hanging nicely. Thank you. Shark fin, yes, BTC. Okay, let's have a little look. Right. Actually, I was quite enjoying looking at the different assets with Stonksy there. So BTC, shark. Oh, do you mean this this thing here? Shark fin. Is that a pattern? When did that happen? That happened. Oh, that was yesterday. Or you're looking at something more zoomed out, maybe. Okay. So what you're saying, I think what you're saying is, you know, that might do something like that, and then that. Oh, hang on. And then you got a shark. God, it's really hard drawing with a. Hang on. go. Right, is that what you mean? Yeah. I want to finish it now. That looks too friendly, doesn't it? That looks like a friendly shark. I don't know. What do you reckon? Not bad. Okay. Yeah. Is that what you mean there, though? I mean, is that the pattern? In which case, are you thinking that'll come back down again? Yeah, it might do actually. That's on the daily. I might remove my shark actually. 16 drawings. No idea what I've been drawing. Okay. Yeah, let me know if that's what you're looking at. Let's just go back to that 6 minute time frame. Yeah, look. So at the moment, we're getting very, very near. Very, very near this bit here, aren't we? So Aaron's saying, yes, that bit on the 5 minutes stretched out. Okay, well, I'll leave it on the 6 minutes. That's pretty much the 5 minute. So this is your shark fin, isn't it? So this is the second pattern I was talking about. So we got that. And then also, let's just check it on the 1 hour. Let me just save that. Right, so the 1 hour's back on the red, okay. So we're finding it hard to move off this bottom here. So that means the momentum of the asset is very oversold, okay. So because it's down here, that means that the people selling it are running out of steam. They're getting exhausted. So at this point, you would hope that the buyers would come in and save the day. Okay. So that's kind of what the momentum indicator means when it's down here. Now we are getting these red bars on the histogram as well, which means there is a bit of continued downside happening. So I think the next bit is fairly crucial actually. So let's go back to let's go back to the 6 minute. So we're getting so near there, aren't we? And you can see here, obviously the oscillator is going to be different on the 6 minute, isn't it? But you can see here that, okay, you know, it was getting on the 6 minute, it was getting overbought. Okay. So yeah, again, the buyers in that time frame are getting exhausted and the price has come down a little bit. It's not come down that far though, is it? Now, was that technically a touch there? Didn't actually touch there, did it? So let's see if it does. It's probably a good time actually to talk about what we think might happen at 14:30. And I did think we had some news today. I'm not sure though. I did think it was one of those, something PI, you know. Yeah, it's the same. Okay, the 5 and 6. Yeah, pretty much the same. I'm just wondering if I've got any extra cash I can sort of deploy into that BLOFIN trade. Let me just have a little look, see what I've got lying around. I'm just wondering because it'd be quite good to, well, not exactly enter a trade because I'm already in a trade, but just wondering if I've got any USDT. Let me have a look. Not particularly. Let me just have a look, see if there's any. No, I've got $1.62. That's not gonna save the day, is it? Okay. Let's move it in. Okay, right. Well, I've got $37 there, right? So, I mean, what I could do at this point here, yeah, I could think, well, okay, if the price comes down to here, then I want to go long. Okay, so let's say like 118,373. So I could go over to BLOFIN. Sorry, I just meant to show you that there. So what I was saying is that if I'm looking for the price to come down to the bottom of the inner band there. So about that value, 118,379. So let's see if I can get a fill there. So 118,379. Okay, and then I'll do that with whatever I've got there. I mean, it's not very much. And I'm going to go long with that. So actually, it's more than I thought. Oh, it's because I'm on 40x, isn't it? Okay, so let's confirm that. Okay, so that puts that buy order there, just in case that price comes down there again. You can see here, by the way, I've already got a stop loss set there in profit. So if something goes terribly wrong, the price comes down there, it will close the trade, and I won't lose any money. I'd be quite gutted though, because at the moment this is like $1,200 in profit, and I've taken 260 already. It would be really nice to see that pump off to the moon, and then everyone will be amazed, and you'll all rush out and buy Stonksy, and that would make my day actually if that happened. So we'll see what happens, eh? It is going back up though, isn't it? Okay. Right, let's have a look at the comments again. Mr. Delta saying Chippy pumping like Bowles Beach. Don't know what Bowles Beach is. All right, I will offer you £5 for the shirt off your back. Yeah, all right. It's a blue t-shirt. It says SEO Trends by Odis, who were the people who were sponsoring the SEO conference I went to in Manchester a few weeks ago. But yeah, you can have it for a £5 if you want. Let me know. Okay, shall I have a look at Chippy? Do you know about Chippy, everyone? I suppose you do, don't you? Let me just see if I can find the actual. I can't look at this. Oh God. Right, I just need to find it on my other computer. Chippy is a token that was created by that Martini guy, and let me just get it onto my screen here. And I can't look at it on TradingView, but I can look at it on Dex Screener. Oh yeah. Okay, this is Chippy. This is really cool. As I say, Chippy was something launched by that Martini guy. I think it was more than a year ago. I think it was 2023. I think it was, and he hasn't quite. Well, he hasn't released the version 2 of it yet. But I think when it happens, it's going to be great. Yeah, this is Chippy. You can see here that since last month, the price of it has gone up 533%. I'm really happy with that because I bought about $1,000 worth of it, at various times throughout this year. I'm just going to check my balance. Hang on. So it was worth about $1,000. Oh, yeah, it's now worth 3,786. Brilliant. Nice. Okay, right. I'm happy. Great. That is Chippy. I think this is going to go really well, actually. Yeah. If you want to find out about that, do check out. Actually, that's probably a good time to share the link for Crypto Saving Expert. Hang on a sec. So I should pop that in the chat. Right. So there you go. It says get 80. Let me put that, show that properly. Right. So Crypto Saving Expert is the community where you've got that Martini guy, Web3 Spud, Wizard of Alt is there. I'm there. You've also got Block Pro, who is an amazing Dutch guy who's just an amazing trader. He does like live discussions every Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday with some real alpha about what he thinks the price is going to do. That to me makes it all worthwhile, to be honest. I'm not sure if you get that with the actual community plan, because that's the cheapest one, but I think you do with the higher ones. Now the point is that is normally like £100 a month, so you get 80% off with the code BTC80. So that is like 20 quid a month, which really is like a £5 a week. And I think the value of that is amazing, actually. And so yeah, do check that out. Okay. Okay, that was an alert going off. So which let's have a look what alert that was. Oh, okay. So that one there says BTC pink oscillator 1 hour. Right, oscillator has just turned light red on BTC USDT on the 1 hour. Okay, it has, but it's gone back red again. Okay, so this is when it might make more sense if you don't want to get too many notifications. If you just say once per bar close, and then what will happen is if that doesn't change, it doesn't change and stay changed, you'll get notified. So if it goes pink and then goes back to red again before the candle closes, you won't get a notification. Okay. But I like it. I like to know when it happens. But the price is okay. Okay, it's going up. So what happened on the 6 minute? So it did cross there, didn't it? That was at 2 o'clock. Did I miss that? Okay. Well, there you go. That is exactly what we were looking for. We were looking for the price. Come down here. Yeah. Cross that inner band on a green background on the 6 minute time frame. Point to be all you absolutely starting off with a few grand. Starting off with a few grand that you could easily become a millionaire in like a year if you could make 1% a day. I can prove that to you if you want with a compound thingy calculator, but I'm sure you know how to do that anyway. So this is great, isn't it? Okay, so 1 hour time frame, it's going pink. Brilliant. And it's 14:20 now. So what do we reckon? Do we reckon it's going to go up or down? I think we got more up myself. I'm I'm fairly confident. Okay. So we've got Math here saying getting the alert when it happens is like, oi, pay attention notification. Seems good to get the occasional false positive rather than miss a move. I agree. I agree. Yeah, I always think that with alerts and charts and stuff. You know, in a way, you don't. I don't really want to code it into a bot and you know just do that. I want to see what's happening, and you know maybe even just know what's going on in the news and just actually listen to stuff and you know and actually think, okay, well that's probably really good right now. What's happening? And yes, I can see why the price is going up. So yeah, cool. So yeah, nice one, Math. SMFC depends on the time frame you're on, Math. I had mine set on alerts for the 1 and 3 minute, and it drove me insane. Okay, is there anybody here who isn't slightly insane? Because I think the kind of the stuff we do, it's not normal, is it? Once per bar is good. That's what I like. But yeah, as you say, it depends on the time frame. If you've got like alerts going off every minute, it will drive you mad, especially if your phone's bleeping and everything. I also did it as well because in TradingView you can set it to send you an email when an alert goes off, and I did that once, and I was just like, it was mad. I had like 200 emails, and just I couldn't find my real emails. Rather than bar close, probably down to personal preference. So I agree, certainly with things like the 1 hour time frame, because you know if something happens, then like an hour later you could be, you know, you could be up 3% or something. So yeah, I like that as well. Stephen in the UK, hello mate, how you doing? Howdy doody, sir. Have another lovely day. Every day is lovely for me. Well, more or less anyway. I'm enjoying, by the way. I'm enjoying the streams and stuff. You know, I think it's all pretty cool. I'm kind of looking for Dave to get back, and so I can have a bit of a rest, and in the way that I can do something different during the day. But overall, I've enjoyed it, and it's really nice when you guys all come along. And if you think so, can you click like? That would be really good. It's all good for the for the algorithm. Right. Well, we're getting near New York Open, aren't we? Let me just have a quick look on another screen to see if I can see anything exciting happening. Actually, I've noticed this with TradingView now, because what used to happen was if that happened, it used to say someone has logged in from whatever address. I used to see this happen to quite a lot of like YouTubers, and I always used to have the habit of like thinking, where actually are they? You know, so if you did that for me, it always says I was in Plymouth, which is like not exactly where I am, but it's like, you know, it's not, it's the right part of the country, you know. And you know, so you'd see people like, you know, you think, oh, they're in Dubai, or you'd see where they'd set the VPN to. Like a lot of people are in like Portugal and stuff, you know. But now they don't do that. They just say additional info is available in your profile settings. And if you go there, that will probably say that I'm in Plymouth, even though I'm not. But yeah, no. The reason it did that is because I was looking at it on a different computer. So I'm going to stop doing that. I was going to have a quick look on X just to sort of see if anything's happening. I suppose I could do that with you guys, couldn't I? There's a tweet here from that Martini guy saying that Nigel Farage backs Chippy. I'm gonna have to have a listen. Actually, you can have a listen if you want. Hang on, I won't show it, but no, I can't do that because that's going to play the. Oh, hang on a sec. I can do that. No, I can't because I can't log in. I'm using a different computer today, so yeah, I can't actually log in. Anyway, it seems to be quite an interesting feature there from that Martini guy. That'd be great if Nigel Farage would say, "Yeah, go and buy Chippy." That'd be brilliant. Can't have a look at my wallet again. I can't help it. What did I say? It was 3,866. It's up 42% today. That's brilliant. So yeah, go and get some chippy. It's going to be amazing. If you need the address to get it, I can pop that into the comments over here. Did that work? It did, didn't it? Yeah. So that's where you'll find chippy. Okay. You can just create a phantom wallet, and you can swap Solana for chippy, that kind of stuff. And you can also do like limit orders and stuff on the Jupiter DEX. I can show you that if you like. So it's jup.ag, I think it is. Is that right? Yeah. So here on Jupiter DEX, you actually get a better better rate here. So if, say, you're selling Solana, then you can buy. There you go, chippy. So you can do that. When you click connect, you can connect your Phantom wallet, and then buy that. And you can do trigger as well. So you can actually do limit orders, which is really cool. Okay, so that's the best way to buy chippy, I think, is with the Jupiter DEX, and just use your Phantom wallet. Okay, we're at 1427. So let's go back to BTC. And we're still red on this 1 hour. Let's have a look at the 6 minute. And when we get towards 14:30, 2:30, which is 9:30 Eastern, when we get there, I will flip to the 1 hour, the 1 minute time frame rather. And that so far was pretty cool, wasn't it? That touch there. At exactly 2 o'clock that was. So it was half an hour ago. So even if you were doing spot, just buying and selling, you could have made 0.31% in half an hour. Not even using leverage, just buying and selling. But I think it will go higher. Let's put it on the 1 minute. And I need to find something I can improvise a bell with. I'll see what I can do. Oh, there's lots of all right. Maths. It kind of makes sense as Farage is for the fishing industry. Oh, okay. It's real, not good. Oh, really? Oh God, I'm going to have a look at that in a moment. That's the way. That's where you get chippy. Can also see chippy soul. Yeah, I know you can actually. I might have a look. I might have a look at that in a moment. Chippy soul. Yeah, good point, Math. Okay. USD price not affected by soul price. Okay. Right. Let's look at Bitcoin for the moment. So, what do we reckon? Do we reckon up or down? Get your votes in. I reckon it'll go up. Go on, tell me what you think. I'm actually dying to look at the chippy soul price now. Up. Math thinks it's going to go up. Brilliant. Go on. I think it's going to go up as well. I should say that as well, shouldn't I? Let me just log into this account here. I'm going to go up. Like that. There you go. Right. Is everyone giving the stream a like, by the way? Oh, there you go. 14:30. All right. Hang on. Ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. Actually, Dave does it for about a minute, doesn't he? Yeah. I should have got a big bell, shouldn't I? I should have got a massive. I might get one just to sort of out bell Dave, and I think that'd be really funny. Right, price is going down. Okay, that's not a surprise because it always does what you don't want it to do. So I'd set that order, or not, I'd set it, I can't remember now, 18 something. So let's see if my order fills. Not going to so far. My order was set at 118379. 118379. Is that still relevant? 118? No, it's too low. Right, I'm going to change it to 118. It's going to be 118559. So I'm going to change it to 1185. Let's do it roughly. Back there. I could have changed that here, by the way. Maybe I should do that. So 118. You can just change it there, you know. Okay. I don't think that's going to do that, though, is it? No, it's going up again, you see now. What did everyone else say? Oh, okay. Up, that was me. Okay. Exactly as predicted. Brilliant. Mr. Delta, you're a big bow. Okay, well, don't come running to me next time you've messed up your hardware wallet. All right, all right, mate. Down today. Okay. So we've had like 3 of us saying up and 1 down. It's not really much of a poll, is it? I can't do the poll, by the way, because I haven't got access to the YouTube studio. Looks like up so far, doesn't it? And weirdly enough, I kind of, even though it's only like a few dollars. Actually, how big is that order? Hang on, I'm a bit confused now. So 6. So that order is 1 4. Oh, okay, it's 100. Trying to think, 40x. So 143. That's so 10x would have been 100. Yeah, no, it's only like $40 odd, isn't it? Okay. But how's me position? That's all right. 1,480 in profit. Not too bad, is it? Not too shabby. Let's go back to the trading view. I haven't looked at any alts or anything, have I? Let's have a look at the Mag 7, see how that's doing. I did buy some stuff yesterday. I bought some. I think I bought some Tesla. Actually, let me just have a look on my other computer. Can't remember what I bought. Bought something. I bought some Eli Lilly. Which is down. I bought quite a few things actually. Yeah. So yesterday I bought some Eli Lilly, I bought some Meta, I bought some Tesla, and I bought some SMCI in my traditional things. So I've got. I can show you that if you like. I'll do that in a moment. All right. So what I was going to look at? I was going to look at obviously Bitcoin, which I think is doing well. Has that broken away from the bottom there? Well, it's gone pink again, isn't it? It's gone pink. I'd love to see it just lift off a little bit, you know, like what it did there. And obviously back there, you know, the price actually didn't shoot up straight away, did it? But it kind of meandered and then off it went, you know. Something like that would be lovely, wouldn't it? And then we go up to like 145 or something. Might be good. So wondering if I can see any patterns actually. I know some people like patterns, don't they? Let's just turn Stonksy off for a moment. Well, there's that shark fin thing. I don't think that's a real pattern, though, is it? Can you see anything in there? I don't know really. suppose. Yeah, actually, I suppose there is some sort of. If you want to draw the old triangles, you've got 1, 2, 3 touch points there, and you've got kind of, yeah, possibly about 3, whatever they call it, a rising pointy thing, a rising something, rising wedge. That's in that, yeah. That's actually a bullish thing, sorry, a bearish thing. That is. So they normally sort of go like that, and then they have more probability of breaking down. So that could happen. So don't be surprised if that does happen. It does mean, though, we could probably go up to like, 119.5 or something before that happens. That is a possibility. What else is there? I suppose some people would say there's some sort of, I don't know, some sort of diamond pattern. Do you know what I mean? Like, oh, I don't know. I mean, these are just rubbish. They just never work out as far as I can see. They always look. I mean, that's just not a diamond, is it? Let's ignore that. That's not going to happen. And then we've got like some sort of Bart Simpson with a shark fin on his head. So that's Bart Simpson thing. There's a shark on top of his head, and then down we come, and I caramba. No, I don't think. Well, maybe that would actually fit in with the rising wedge thing, wouldn't it? So maybe there's that as well. You can draw anything, really, can't you? Oh, I noticed. It said my browser lost connection. Hang on a sec. Am I still working? Oh, I think it's all right. Anyway, right. Seems to be lots of comments now that I'm completely ignoring. So let's have a look. Right. So Mr. Delta saying SARS. All right. So, no, you don't mean it, mate. If Bitcoin pass 120,272 by Friday, if Bitcoin, it's not that far away, mate. Where's my cursor gone? There it is. 120,272. Yeah, yeah. Oh, you spelt Friday, like, as in the chippy way. That's good. Yeah, chippy's going to be massive. Is going down for sure. Okay. Well, I'm glad you're sure about it. I mean, don't pass, lol. Okay. Debut mastering. Hi all. Hey. Right, RN saying not an issue now, but every now and then your sound was cutting out and choppy. Happened a couple of times, but it's fine at the moment. Yeah, I did see something on the StreamYard browser saying it lost connection. Did everybody else hear that as well? Not sure. Okay. I don't know why that is. I did think I'd got the internet sorted last Friday, so if it's not right, I'm going to be a bit annoyed, to be honest. But yeah. So let's just have a little look at Chippy Soul. Chippy Soul. Ooh. Right. So this is Chippy. Wow. So here's a good example of, like, does Stonksy work on everything? So looking at the oscillator alone, hang on. Right. So looking at the oscillator alone, you can see here that on Monday the 23rd, June 26th, all that sort of time there, the oscillator was stuck down the bottom on red. It did sort of do a little bit of pinky stuff there, but then here on the 30th of June, it went pink and it started going up. This is what I want Bitcoin to do in a moment, but we'll see. So that went pink there, and you know, if you'd have bought Chippy then, right, with your Solana, you would be up now 522%. Amazing. I wish I'd have bought a load more Chippy then. I really do. Gonna have to check my wallet again. Still 3,800 odd. Not bad. Not bad. So yeah, Chippy's looking great. So that's the 1 hour time frame thing. Would Chippy have worked on the 6 minute? Okay. So what we're looking for in the 6 minute is basically hitting the bottom of the channel. I think you're going to be stunned by this. Yeah. Okay. So what you would have seen is here in July, you'd have seen the price of Chippy, right? This is in Solana value, so it's not even like USD, you know. You'd have seen it here. Okay, so come through here, come through the bottom of the channel. It did go right below the very bottom of the channel. So, you know, you would have been, I don't know, you would have been buying it then. If you believed it had a future, you'd buy it. And, you know, with a lot of these low cap coins on wherever, I mean, regardless of who made the coin or whatever, you know, if you saw a coin come down here and you believed in the future of it, then you would be buying it. Okay, so you would have bought then. You would have bought then, and it didn't go below the inner channel, and now you would be 71% up. Try getting that off your bank. It's just not going to happen, is it? That's pretty cool. Cool. That's awesome. I'm going to look at Ethereum as well, because I've got an Ethereum trade going. All right, so I think Stonksy just loading there. Yeah, it is. Okay, that's the Coinbase chart. Let's try something else. That's the index chart. That one is the BLOFIN chart. Oh, that's weird actually. On the 6 minute time frame, it's actually been it's been in no trade for a while. Nevertheless, if you'd have just used the actual channel, when did that touch the channel? That touched the channel here. Okay, when the price of Ethereum was at 2,975, it's now at 3,168. You know, that's great, isn't it? Did it touch there? Not quite. Okay. I mean, just two super simple strategies. Let's have a look at that on the 1 hour with the oscillator. Let's just take Stonksy off. So you could have done this just with the oscillator. Okay. So you could, back here, you could have waited for the pink there. You'll be buying Ethereum at 2,500. Or you could have done it just recently here when it went pink there and started lifting off. And you'll be buying Ethereum at 2,973. So if you'd have done this one here on the 6th of July, which wasn't that long ago, was it? So you'd have waited for the pink. You'd have gone long there, and you would now be 25% up in profit. Ethereum, I don't normally like to trade it with much more than like 5x leverage, 10 at the most. But even on 5x leverage, you would have doubled your money by now. So that's pretty cool, isn't it? But I have actually got a Ethereum trade going. Actually, I'm doing that on Bybit. That's going pretty well. Of course, there's me saying that I only trade Ethereum on 5x. This one's actually on 20x, but that's because I've increased the leverage as the price has gone up, and then I've, like you can see here, where these little B's are, I've like added a bit into the trade actually. So that one there is that's doing well actually. That's 188%. Well, you can see it, 188% in profit. So entry price was 2873. Last price 3176. That's doing really, really well. This one here is a Bitcoin trade. This one here is 118% profit. So entry price 111281, and it's currently at 118. So that's doing really well as well. If you want to use Bybit, I can give you a link for that as well. Let me just get that. Okay, so Bybit. Let me just pop that into the chat. I mean, in the actual description of this live stream, it says trade stocks here. I believe you can do that now on Bybit. You can trade a kind of tokenized version of like some of the bigger stocks. So that's an opportunity you can do as well. I tend to use Trading 212 for traditional stocks because it's just kind of quite neat, and you can do that within a stocks ISA if you're in the UK, which means you don't actually pay any tax on the winnings if you keep it all within the stocks ISA. So that's been quite good. I put 20 grand in there in April, and I've got it up to 34 now. So I'm happy with that. That's all really good. Let me just show that here. Okay, so there you go. So that's the Bybit link. Bybit, you can't use that in the UK, I don't think. I use it in the UK because I use a Palau ID, but I don't believe they take Palau IDs anymore. You can also use it in Europe as well. And if you go to that link, what it will do, if you're in Europe but not the UK, it will redirect to bybit.eu, and then you can trade in Europe. I don't think they have quite as many features as they do in bybit.com though. So if you do have an ID for some other country, then it might be worth trying that first. Right, I think this is going well, isn't it? So let's go back to my BLOFIN trade. Okay, so that little order did actually fill. Okay, right. So I'm now trading with a bigger amount now. I'm now 161,841 USDT. Right, the price has come down a little bit. So I'm now only like $800 or so in profit, which is a little bit annoying. But let's see what happens, because if I go back to that Bitcoin chart here, this is where it gets stressful, you see, because I'm thinking like, oh no, I was at I was 2 grand in profit a little while ago, and now I'm not, and I'm doing a live stream in front of thousands of people, which is not. But anyway. Let's take a look. Let's just get rid of that bit there. Right, I'm slow. Okay, so here aren't we? I want to go ping. Let's look at the 6 minute. So here This is what we were looking for. So we had a green background and the price, well, actually didn't quite touch that inner band, did it? So what I'd done, I'd set my buy order sort of when I saw this inner band about there, and since then it's come down a little bit. So technically this hasn't happened yet, so there might be a little bit more downside before we go long. So let's wait and see if this actually crosses here. SWC, are you worth a milli? I'm not going to answer that. I'm not actually. So no, I'm not. Although I think these days, you know, anybody who owns a house, actually I don't actually, anybody who owns a house, if you own a house and you got a few quid in the bank, you're pretty much a millionaire, aren't you? You know. Oh, that came so close then, didn't it? Go on, cross. I'd love that to happen. Like just you know, just actually in the show, so we can, you know, we can say that we would have gone long there. So close, isn't it? Oh, come on. Oh dear. That is really, really close. I mean, would that make sense to go long there? Possibly. Because, well, even on a very, very small time frame, let's just turn Stonksy off for a moment. Even on this like 6 minute time frame, you can see that, you know, there is quite a bit of activity at this level there. Yeah. In fact, you could see that if you put on the VRVP, which I don't think I've got actually. So there's a bit of a node here, isn't there? At 118,268. But there's one here as well at 117,988. I'll tell you what I could do. I could look at the thingy, the coin glass stuff that Dave looks at. I don't entirely believe in it myself, but let's have a look anyway. So I'm getting there. I'm not on the right one. Oh. Don't know what I'm looking at here. That's not it, is it? Market, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. I've normally got a bookmark for it, but can't find it today. Liquidation map. It's not quite what I'm looking for. Funding rate. Didn't know that was there. Yeah, this is interesting. Yeah, it's quite good. See, a normal funding rate for Bitcoin is 0.01. Okay, so at the moment, Binance normal, OKX normal, Bybit normal. Qcoin is a little bit positive. That implies that the majority of people are long. Okay, but Vertex, never heard of that. That's less than 0.01. No, it's not. It's more, isn't it? I don't know what that is. BitGet 0.01. So pretty much everything's pretty much normal, isn't it? 0.01. 0.01 is very normal. So normal funding rates at the moment, you know, people aren't particularly biased either way, actually. Let's go back to the chart. Going back up now. And let's lose that VRVP because that tends to use quite a lot of resources. By the way, just before I do that, just want to show you that by default, if I reset that, that's how the VRVP looks. And I find that really quite useless because it's like two sort of course, isn't it? So what I normally do, I normally come here and I just put a 0 on the end of that just to make it more sort of finer, you know, which makes it look like that, which to me is a lot more useful. Actually, you can see that node there. Look, that came down beautifully there, didn't it? That's cool. Anyway, let's turn that off for the moment. In fact, I'm just going to remove it actually because I don't use it that often. And then just put Stonksy back on. And look how good that is. Brilliant, isn't it? Pretty much touch that, and then now we're off again. So those are the two strategies that I was talking about today. That is the 6-minute time frame on the top bit of Stonksy, this part up here. So you're looking for a green background, and then you're looking for the price to touch or cross even the lower part of this inner band here. Okay, now if it does that, go long. Okay, and then the extra bit of strategy I talked about was if the price goes and touches the top there, take a little bit of profit, and then if it comes back down again, add it back in if you're still going up, or whatever you're comfortable with, but use that as an entry. The other thing I was talking about was on the 1 hour time frame, just looking at the oscillator, and you're looking for the red going pink. Okay, now that kind of did that earlier on, but then it went red again. So at the moment, this one isn't particularly giving that much of a bullish signal, but it can't stay down here forever because it is an oscillator. It goes between 0 and 100, and you know, at some point that is going to go up, and then when that happens, we should see the price go up more aggressively than what it is doing now. So I think it's only a matter of time before we go up. That's what I think anyway. None of this is financial advice though, of course, but one thing I would love you to do is to check out Stonksy. I do use other things as well, but I must admit, at the moment, now I've got those two strategies to play with, I'm actually finding Stonksy really, really useful. And I would suggest, I don't know, maybe try it for a month, but honestly, just get it for the annual. Go for the 999, use the code SWC10, and you'll get 10% off. So it makes it 900 quid a year. And that per month is not a lot at all. If you just want to do that lower time frame, sorry, low, the bigger time frame, the 1 hour time frame. If you want to do that 1 hour time frame strategy, you could use the Stonksy oscillator. That would cost you about 10 quid a week, just over £1 a day to do that. And you could trade that all months long for like 44 quid. And if you can't make 44 quid in a month, then you're doing something wrong. Right, the little alert just went, So that actually was, indeed, that was this going pink again. So to me, things are looking bullish, and it is 3 o'clock. So it's probably time that I signed off and I went to have a look at other stuff and looked after my trade. Let's just have a quick look before I go. Sorry, I didn't show you the Didn't show you that green thing there, did I? I was going to say the oscillator line there just went pink, but you know, we want to see it take off as well. But I think that's looking really good. Let's have a look at my BLOFIN trade, see if that's in a better state. That's looking all right. That's not to be sneezed at, is it? 31%, $1,250. Brilliant. All right, if you like the sound of all that, please, no, actually, just anyway, can you just go to the live stream and just give it a big fat like? And any questions, I'll see you over in the Discord, or alternatively, you could leave a comment down below this once the stream's finished. Alternatively, you could come over to my channel, which is called Save with Crypto, and you know, ask me anything you like there. I do respond to all comments on my channel, unless you're a bot. Okay. So I'll see you over there, and have a great day. Trade safe. I think we're going to go up, and please do click like on the way out. All right. RN saying, you see, this is what makes it worthwhile, isn't it? You know, RN saying, thank you for the stream. Quite enjoyed it. Okay, I'm glad you quite enjoyed it. I quite enjoyed it as well. All right. Right. Take care, everyone, and have a great afternoon, and trade safe, and don't over leverage yourself, and don't copy anything I do. Well, do, but don't. You know, if you do, be responsible for it. Take care, and above all, tell your friends.